Let's take a good deep breath together as we begin. I ask you to just feel in for a moment the magnitude of what this group is doing and what you're doing here also. This is the culmination. Eons of time, of the dreams of the Atlanteans, of the hopes of those who were there at the time of Yeshua, planting the Christ seed, and now culminating right here in this beautiful time of the machines. A time when the planet really appears to be crazy, but it's just going through its changes. Take a deep breath and feel into why you're really here. The real reason is to simply bring consciousness to this planet. Let's start by talking about freedom. But there's more and more people on the planet right now that are starting to pursue freedom or sovereignty. That's a long, hard path. You know, it sounds so glorious, freedom! But then all of a sudden, it means I got to take it, all the responsibility for everything. Lack of abundance, health, bad childhood, whatever it is, freedom is taking responsibility. Let's talk about America for a moment. I was deeply involved in it. Europe was in transition at the time. This was the 1700s. There was still a lot of the old royal energy. There was a lot of the kingdoms. I traveled. I spent a lot of time talking to the royals, the kings and the queens, and as well as the politicians, philosophers, and the leaders of the time, the scientists, and saying there's a change going on. And basically what this change is going to be more freedom, more equity. It's got to be a democratic way for this planet, for society and culture to evolve. But to my great surprise, the peasants really didn't want the change. They thought about it. They knew that they wanted something different, but they were actually kind of comfortable being told what to do, how to run their lives. I realized that Europe probably wasn't going to change. Or if it did, it was going to take hundreds of years, and I didn't have the patience for it. So working with others, I said, let's set up then the new world. A place of the freedom experiment. A place where people from all around the world, no matter what culture, no matter what race or religion could come, we'll throw them all in the same pot and see what the hell happens. This was designed as a place for people to come for their freedom, and to this day you're still seeing it. There's probably more freedom, arguably, some of you, more freedom than anywhere. Do humans really want freedom? I think they're very confused about it. I think, yes, there are some who definitely understand it, and you almost can't turn back now. Once you start on the true freedom path, you almost can't turn back because you realize at your core, in your heart, you are a true sovereign soul, a sovereign being. Let's talk a little bit about overhead consciousness and meaning the big picture, what's really going on the planet. One I've talked about before is this old consciousness of suffering. I'm really sick and tired of suffering on this planet. But yet humans have just accepted it. It's the way of being. You have to suffer. The very work that we're doing with the light is changing suffering to joy. But there's a lot who are still holding on to it. They think, they believe, and they continue to act out that we got to suffer our way up the hill. Got to suffer our way through life, and you don't. The economy is another one. And I don't want to get into economics, but the movement of financial energies. And people are so sure that some have it, others don't, that they're never going to have enough, that there is a conspiracy, that it's the bank or it's the Federal Reserve. Shut up. It is just a movement of energy. That's all it is. and everyone's entitled to all they want. That's the overhead consciousness. Everybody can have it, but you can't blame others when you don't. You can only blame yourself. You can only say, I'm not allowing abundance into my life. The other one is biology. The human body. People just accept, well, I'm a human. This is me. They identify with a body. They identify with a carbon-based reality. Well, that's total bullshit. Yeah, it's like you took it on, but you can also get out anytime you want. Or have an overhead consciousness of compatibility with this carbon-based system that you have. It's really not yours anyway, but you're inhabiting it so you can have a little bit of harmony and bring in the light body. These are the big picture things. People tend to focus on kind of the little stuff. They don't understand the real energy flows, what's really happening in their own life, much less the planet. It's pretty easy actually to rise above that and go beyond even just what the mind is thinking into overhead consciousness, the bigger picture. What's really happening on the planet? Let's take a deep breath for the very reason you're here on the planet, to bring that light that will affect change. And then it's up to the humans how they want to use it. But at least you did what you came here to do, shine that light. That's why you're here. And in staying here, and in us going forward into our next series, there are certain rights you have as a master, certain rights that I would like you to acknowledge: the right to abundance, the right to joy, the right to health, the right to be able to create and then uncreate, the right to know thyself and thy soul, the right to laugh, the right to turn everything over to wisdom whenever you choose to, the right to remember who you are, the right to leave the planet whenever you choose how you choose, the death, the right to clarity. You have the right to clarity, to easily understand and assimilate anything, any energy situation in your life, the right to clarity. You have the right to have your energy serve you however you want. These are some of the basic rights as a master, as an embodied master, to stay on the planet.